Name is Sachin, and today we are going to start our lecture 2 of atoms and molecules. So, I would like to tell you that if you have not watched the first lecture yet, then please go and watch the first lecture, and after that, you can watch this lecture for the better enrichment of your knowledge. Okay, so let's start with today's topic, which is molecule. So, what is molecule? It is the smallest particle of an element or a compound which can exist independently. What is a molecule? It is the smallest particle of an element or a compound which can exist independently. So, this is the definition of a molecule. Molecules of an element constitutes same type of atoms. Okay. Next is molecules may be monoatomic, diatomic, or polyatomic. Next is molecules of compounds join together in different definite proportions and constitutes different types of atoms. So these are the properties of a molecule. Now we will talk about atomicity. What is atomicity? We have just talked about monoatomic, diatomic and polyatomic. What are these? So let's discuss. Atomicity. What is atomicity? The number of atoms constituting a molecule is known as its atomicity. The number of atoms constituting in a molecule. A molecule, the number of atoms in a molecule. So you have to keep this in your mind. Let's see some examples. The name of element is helium and the symbol is He. Or we can say that its molecular formula is He. So we have only one atom in this, so it is monoatomic. In the same way, neon, it is monoatomic. Sodium, it is monoatomic. Iron, it is monoatomic. Okay. Now we will see hydrogen. So its molecular formula is H2. So it is diatomic. In the same way, oxygen is O2 diatomic, chlorine is Cl2 diatomic, nitrogen is N2, it is also diatomic. Okay. Now we will see some more examples, which is phosphorus, which is P4. The symbol is P4, or we can say the molecular formula is P4. So it is polyatomic, or we can say that it is tetraatomic. Okay. Next is sulfur, it is S8, so we can say it is octatomic, or it is also a polyatomic. Okay. Now we will see what are ions. So the charged particles are called ions. Charged particles means whether it is positive charge or negatively charged, it is called an ion. Okay. So the charge can be positive or negative. Okay. So negatively charged ion are called anion, and positively charged ion is called a cation. Okay. The for example, negatively charged is let's see which is chlorine, Cl negative, and positively charged is Na positive, which is an cation. Okay. Now we will talk about what is valency. So the combining capacity of an element is known as its valency. What is valency? The combining capacity of an element. It is called valency. Valency is used to find out how atom of an element will combine with the atom of another element to form a chemical compound. So valency is used to find out how atom of an element will combine with another atom, okay, so that it will form a chemical compound. Every atom every atom wants to become a stable. So to do so, it may lose, gain or share the electrons to become the stable. Okay. For an example, if an atom consists of 1, 2 or 3 electrons in its valence shell is its outermost shell. Okay. So in its valence shell, then its valency is 1, 2 or 3 respectively. Next point is, if an element consists of 5, 6 or 7 electrons in its outermost shell, then it will gain 2, 3, 2 or 1 electrons respectively, because every element wants to complete its octet, and its octet will be complete on by 8 electrons in its outermost shell, except in the case of hydrogen and helium. The helium and hydrogen octet will complete by 2 electrons only, but in the case of other all elements it is completed by 8 electrons. So for an example, if sodium has 1 electron in its outermost shell, because the atomic number of sodium is 11 and the electronic configuration is 2, 8 and 1. So sodium has 1 electron in its outermost shell, so it will lose 1 electron easily and its electronic configuration will become 2, 8. So now there are 8 electrons in its outermost shell and it is stable. Okay, in the same way other elements also try to become stable. Next is, if an element has 4 electrons in its outermost shell, then it will share these electrons and hence its valency will be 4. If an atom has 8 electrons in its outermost shell, then its valency is 0, or there is no need to it to combine with any other element or to combine with any other compound. Okay, so these are the some basic points of valency. Let's move towards next point. What are the rules to combine? We'll talk about the rules. The valencies or charges on the ion must balance. Okay, the valencies or the charges of the ion must be balanced. A metal Cl negative. When both these will combine, they will form NaCl. Okay, if a compound consists of polyatomic ions, then the ion before writing the number to indicate the ratio. For example, SO4, we know that it is 2 negative and it is polyatomic radical. So when it will combine with H positive, it will watches H is 1 positive. Okay, so we will multiply SO4 by 1 positive and H by 2 negative. So what it will form? It will form H2SO4. We will cross multiply here, SO4 by plus 1 and H by 2. So the formula will become H2SO4. Okay, I hope that you all have understood this. Next topic is molecular mass. What is molecular mass? It is the sum of the atomic masses of all the atoms in a molecule of substance. It is expressed in atomic mass unit AMU, or today we denote it by simply U. How we can determine it? We know that the formula of H2O is, the formula of water is H2O, and we know that the atomic mass of H is 1 and mass of oxygen is 16. So if we will want to calculate the molecular mass of H2O, then we will we have 2H, so 1 into 2, plus we have 1O, so 16 into 1, and the molecular mass of water is 18U. Okay, in this way we can calculate the molecular mass of other compounds also. Next topic is formula unit mass. It is the sum of the atomic masses of all the atoms in a formula unit of compound. The constituent particles are ions. For example, Na positive plus Cl negative, it gives NaCl. So Na positive, the mass of Na positive is 1 into 23 and mass of Cl is 1 into 35. So if we will add both these, it will become 58.5U. So in this way we can find the formula unit mass of any compound.